A golden retriever named Bella becomes a mother to three tiny cheetah cubs at a wildlife sanctuary in South Africa. For months, she nurses them, grooms them, teaches them everything a mother should. The cubs follow her everywhere, curl up against her warmth at night, and treat her as their own. But then, one morning, the sanctuary staff arrive to find something that stops them cold. The cheetahs, now nearly full-grown, have turned on Bella. What happened next would challenge everything we think we know about nature, nurture, and the bonds between species. In 2019, a conservation facility in the Eastern Cape faced an unusual crisis. 3 cheetah cubs had been abandoned by their biological mother, a common occurrence in captivity where stress disrupts natural maternal instincts. The staff knew these cubs needed constant care, warmth, and most critically, the social behaviors that only come from being raised by a mother figure. That's when they introduced Bella, a gentle golden retriever with a history of nursing orphan animals. The arrangement seemed miraculous at first. Bella accepted the cubs immediately, allowing them to nurse despite the species difference. She cleaned them with her tongue, responded to their chirps and mews, and even played with them as they grew stronger. The cubs, named after local landmarks and rivers in the region, bonded deeply with their canine mother. For 8 months, this unusual family thrived together, becoming a sensation among staff and visitors alike. But as the cubs reached adolescence, weighing nearly 80 pounds each, the staff noticed subtle changes. The cheetahs began engaging in behavior that looked like play, but carried an edge of something more primal. They would stalk Bella during feeding times. Their pounces became harder, their bites in play more persistent. Then came the incident that forced immediate separation. During a routine morning check, staff found Bella cornered in the enclosure, the 3 cheetahs surrounding her in a coordinated formation, exhibiting unmistakable hunting behavior toward the dog who had raised them. What happened wasn't betrayal, it was biology asserting itself in a way that's both predictable and profound. Cheetahs are what biologists call obligate carnivores with hardwired predatory sequences. Unlike dogs, which were domesticated over thousands of years to suppress certain hunting instincts, cheetahs retain complete hunting programs encoded in their DNA. These programs activate during adolescence regardless of upbringing. Research from the Cheetah Conservation Fund shows that young cheetahs between 10 and 14 months old experience a neurological and hormonal shift. Their brains undergo dramatic changes in the amygdala and hypothalamus, regions that govern predatory behavior and threat assessment. During this window, anything moving within a certain size range, roughly 10 to 60 pounds, triggers an instinctive hunting response. The cheetahs weren't making a conscious decision to hunt Bella. Their brains were literally rewiring themselves to recognize potential prey, and Bella's size placed her squarely in that category. Cross-species fostering works beautifully for social bonding during infancy, but it cannot override genetic imperatives that have been refined over 4 million years of evolution. Think of it like this. You can raise a cheetah with love, provided every comfort, but you cannot rewrite the code that makes it a cheetah. The same genetic architecture that allows them to accelerate to 70 miles per hour, that gives them semi-retractable claws and a flexible spine, also includes non-negotiable instructions about prey. This phenomenon appears across the animal kingdom wherever apex predators are raised in captivity. In Mozambique, a facility raised lion cubs alongside a German shepherd. At 18 months, the lions exhibited stalking behavior toward their canine companion. In North America, wolf pups raised by domestic dogs eventually required separation as their pack hunting instincts emerged. Even hand-raised birds of prey eventually view their human handlers as potential threats or competitors once they reach sexual maturity. But here's what makes the cheetah case particularly instructive. Unlike lions or wolves, which are social hunters that can learn to suppress aggression toward pack members, cheetahs are semi-solitary. In the wild, male cheetahs form small coalitions with brothers, but they don't maintain the complex social hierarchies that keep wolves from attacking packmates. Bella existed outside any category their instincts could accommodate. She wasn't littermate, wasn't prey they'd learned to ignore, wasn't a threat to be avoided. She was simply in the wrong place when their predatory programming activated. Now, here's where the story takes an unexpected turn and where many reports got it wrong. The headlines screamed about ungrateful cheetahs and nature's cruelty, but the sanctuary staff understood something crucial. The cheetahs weren't attacking Bella out of aggression or dominance. They were exhibiting stalking behavior, the initial phase of hunting, which is fundamentally different from territorial aggression or predatory killing. The staff intervened before any harm came to Bella, and here's the remarkable part. They didn't euthanize the cheetahs, didn't label them as dangerous failures. Instead, they recognized this as a successful milestone. Those hunting instincts were exactly what these cheetahs would need for survival. The sanctuary's ultimate goal was always to rewild these animals, to eventually release them into protected reserves where they could hunt live prey and contribute to the wild population. Bella was immediately moved to a separate area where she lives comfortably to this day, continuing her work with smaller orphaned animals. The cheetahs were transitioned to a specialized program where they could develop their hunting skills with appropriate prey. Within a year, all three were successfully relocated to a protected reserve where tracking data shows they're thriving, hunting effectively, and exhibiting natural behaviors. So what really happened when those cheetahs grew up? Nothing unthinkable at all. Nature happened. Biology happened. The same forces that have allowed cheetahs to survive for millions of years simply couldn't be loved away, no matter how devoted their foster mother. Bella gave those cubs exactly what they needed, a chance to survive infancy. And in doing so, she fulfilled a purpose greater than family, greater than the bond between species. She helped return 3 apex predators to the wild, where they belonged. The real story isn't about betrayal, it's about acceptance, accepting that love and instinct can coexist, that we can intervene in nature's processes without expecting nature to change its fundamental rules. Justice was served the moment those 3 cheetahs ran free in the grasslands, doing what 4 million years of evolution designed them to do. And Bella, she moved on to her next litter of orphans, doing what thousands of years of domestication designed her to do: nurture without question, love without limit. If this story changed how you think about wildlife conservation, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories where nature surprises us in the most unexpected ways.